Hello everybody. Welcome back to the channel. Yes, I know, it's been a year since I've uploaded. Oh. It is now 2018, yay. Hopefully this will be a good year for everybody. I hope everybody had a happy holidays and a good new year. Anyway, a little bit about Call of Duty for a second before I get into the main topic of this video. I'm still playing Black Ops 3, as you can see. Not interested in playing World War II, at least multiplayer at all. I liked the campaign. It was a very good story. Good for Call of Duty, I guess. I don't know, it was pretty good. I liked it. The gameplay was good, though, and it felt like I was actually in World War II, which I guess is the point. So that was good. I've heard the zombies is good. Haven't tried it, but I'm planning to eventually. So, I don't know. I've just been playing this recently, liking all the triple play bribes they've been giving us. Pretty generous. They should have been doing this before, but better late than never. Using the M16 here. Pretty beast. One bursts a lot. Very good rifle. On par with the M8 and XR2 easily. Maybe even better. Who knows? So that's not the main topic of this video. The main topic of the video is the problems, or my personal problems with the modern day education system. School. Okay, so obviously, well, not obviously. I'm in high school right now. I'm in currently sophomore year, 10th grade. So I've been in school for like a decade almost, or over a decade, I don't know. Anyway, so why am I qualified to talk about problems with school? Well, I definitely know my way around school. I understand how it works. I've been going to school for a decade, basically. And then also, I'm a straight A student, tied for first in the school with the highest unweighted GPA, 4.0. And yeah, my weighted GPA is also in the top 10 of the school, or my class, either way. So, okay. So my first problem, actually, let me present some solutions to fix the school system here. At an early age, we should just be learning how to critically think, basically. And what I mean by critically think is how to ask questions, how to store information, not necessarily learning anything specific. And by early age, I mean elementary school, preschool, and middle school. That before high school, basically, that's what I mean. We should learn how to critically think, and oh, I die off my 18 gun streak there to a sniper. That sucked. Anyway, we should learn how to question and how to ask questions, how to obtain information, how to process information, how to store it and utilize the knowledge that we will gain in the future, because that can become applicable to anything we learn, basically. I mean, and also we need to create a foundation of knowledge as well. We can't just learn how to think critically. So we should include a general comprehension of math, to introduce numbers, to introduce relationships of how numbers should work. So a basic understanding of math, to later apply and get more advanced later on. Don't worry about that now. And then science, to start to perceive and comprehend the world around us. So we understand what's going on, and then obviously that is key to basically learning anything, learning the science behind it. And then, of course, we should learn language and grammar to not only think critically, but just to store and convey information with proper syntax that other people can understand and then utilize as well. Okay, so that is early age, i.e. high school, middle school, or no, sorry. That is early age, middle school, elementary school, and like preschool or whatever. In high school, we should completely let the students pick the learning path. There should be no required credits or anything like that. There should be nothing like that. The students should be able to choose what they learn and what classes to take, all of that stuff. So we should start specialization early is what I'm saying. 30-7 game, pretty average. I thought I'd upload a rather average game, just to see, not to show me like stomping on noobs or whatever. Okay. Although the screen is here, I'm gonna continue talking. Okay. So we have, yes, start specialization in high school. Excuse me, I got distracted for a second. So what I mean by specialization, well, no matter who you are, you have an interest in whatever you want to learn. Personally, I am very adept in math and science, and I enjoy excelling and learning in those. However, with modern schooling system, there's a required credit fulfillment or quota that I have to fulfill, and so does every student that goes to school. And an example of this is an art credit, one performing or fine arts credit. Now, I am horrible at art or anything involving fine work, basically. My form of writing is cacography. I am not good at paying attention to detail or anything like that, so art is definitely not my forte. And I do not plan to go into anything concerning art later in life, so I guess that is okay. I plan to do something in math and science. And so, for example, like me, high school should be about what the student wants to do with their life, and only. It should not be fulfilled with other classes that take up time, or the teachers teaching those classes will basically be teaching all types of students, including students that do not want to learn that specific field or topic. Instead, if we take the specialization route, those teachers can be teaching students who are all adept, excelling, or willing to learn and excel in that certain field. So not only will that create a better classroom environment, the students can then use their foundation of critical thinking and finally apply it. So they will use their critical thinking, which they learned in their early years. Remember, that's preschool through middle school, just before high school. They will use that critical thinking to start processing the information they're finally learning in high school, basically. So how to basically take in all the new information in high school, like, for example, a science class, like a biology class. They can learn how to connect things in biology, how to perceive the systems and biochemistry that's going on, how to remember it, how to ask questions on it, and all sorts of information like that. Now, the school is a very big fan of short-term regurgitation. Actually, no, I'll get to that in a bit. Okay, so right now we just have a school system where we're basically making a jack-of-all-trades student, where they're taught a little bit of everything, but not too much of one thing. Now, I know we can get into that in college, where we learn more of one thing that we want to do, but the earlier we start, the more foundation and knowledge we will previously have on that one topic. So that creates more of a learning curve where you can just keep adding on and adding on. If the student already knows much through high school, instead of learning a little bit of history, a little bit of math, a little bit of English, or required art, or required production or theater or something like that, where the student won't even use that or apply it to their life whatsoever later on. They're just taking it to fulfill the quota. Okay, back to my topic on regurgitation. I feel like the school's a very big fan of this. They encourage regurgitation or short-term regurgitation of facts, and this must be frowned upon. Because the best students are not always the most intelligent ones, which is kind of insensible if you ask me. I mean, basically, the way grades work in schools is how well you can just remember a textbook. That's about it. It's not solving problems applied to the specific field or anything like that. No, it's just remembering words from arbitrary words from a textbook that may not even apply to what you're going to do later in life. And then, since it's short-term regurgitation, the student will most likely forget it once the chapter's done, basically. Or they'll just review it for the final exam, and then after that, they'll completely forget, most likely. But, for example, like homework, lots of homework is just writing vocab from the textbook or looking online, and then you have to turn it in. But if the teacher really wanted to see the definitions, couldn't he or she just look at the textbook themselves? I mean, isn't it kind of pointless how the student has to write it down and then give it to the teacher? I mean, I know it's supposed to be a way of learning the material, but it could just be easy as reading the textbook if they really want to convey that information so much. And even so, it's just kind of insipid information in the textbook. Not all of it is applied. I mean, I don't know. Anyway, going on to a slightly different topic. The teachers. Okay. I briefly mentioned the teachers earlier on how they should be teaching specialized students. And, the thing is, some of the teachers are incompetent at their jobs. I mean, they should be able to answer all questions or know how to deal with any question that a student has. Even if they don't know it, they should be able to answer that question no matter what. And they should not, frown on a student or, call them out or condemn them if they know more than the teacher. An example of this is from my biology class last year, actually. I asked my teacher I didn't ask him. He asked the class what the prefix chromo. And I said, my bad. So he asked the class what the prefix chloro meant, and it means green, or pertaining to the chloroplast, of course, in biology. And this means green. And then there's also something called a chloroplast, which is a plastid other than the chloroplast. Wow, this is getting confusing. I don't like talking about biology. I don't want to remember it. But anyway, I said chroma means color. And he's like, well, not necessarily. It means green. I'm like, no, chloral means green. And then he said, don't argue with me. Just put the subject down. But in reality, I was right, and the teacher was wrong. I should not have been condemned for knowing more than the teacher, but anyway. Alright, my last point, the assessments. Oh, sorry. One more thing on homework. I don't think homework should be required at all. I'm going to take my friend Larry, for example. He does not do his homework, but he understands the material and scores very well on most of his tests without doing the homework that is supposed to earn you these high grades. And sometimes I don't even do the homework and I get 97, 98 hundreds on the test. So why should a student have to do homework why should a student have to do homework at all, honestly? I mean, it's kind of annoying. It's pointless, that's the thing. It really is pointless. It's basically I mean, Larry and I prove that homework is pointless. We ace the test without even doing it. It should not be a thing. It's another method of just pointless regurgitation. And then the last topic I'd like to talk about is assessments, where how the assessments should be formatted. You know, all the tests that teachers like to give. So I don't think there should be periodic quizzes, like every quiz Friday or every quiz Wednesday, like my history teacher. Because it's not what you learn or did you learn this. It's basically enforcing a policy of how fast you learn, or you need to learn this by this given time. And this and the homework is all more of behavior and disciplinary rather than actual intellect or learning or absorbing the information. You must turn your homework in at this specific time, at this specific class, and you must take this quiz and learn the information by this specific time. I do not agree with this. If a student takes a while to learn a concept, they should be able to test whenever. As long as they learn the concept within the class by any time, or before the final exam or anything like that, it should be accepted. It should not be accepted, hey, can I retake this quiz? I finally learned the information. Oh no, you had to learn that by last Tuesday. Sorry, you cannot retake the quiz. This doesn't make a lot of sense to me. So, they say they slow the curriculum down, but do they though? Like, this does not seem like an attempt. This seems like an attempt to stress the students out more by placing a time frame on everything, where there should be no time frame on learning. There should be a emphasis on what you learn, not how fast you learn it. I think that's all I'm going to cover in this video. Thank you for watching. I know this is probably boring just staring at the screen, but I did not feel like putting another gameplay. I haven't been doing too good in free fall. I don't know. There's been a lot of sweats lately. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. I don't know, leave your comment on what you think should be implemented in the school system. I do not agree with the modern school system. Alright, guys, let me know what you think. Alright, goodbye.